Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. Goldylocks Productions presents Enlightening Conversations with Pam Silver Eagle.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Perch for another shared space of enlightening conversations and so much more. I want to speak. I am Pam Silver Eagle, first of all, for those of you who maybe are new to the Perch, and welcome. We welcome all, and lots of new viewers coming on board all the time, so grateful for that. I certainly appreciate all the viewers whenever you join us. So many that cannot be during the actual live stream. Look forward to connecting with you in divine time. So I would always like to say, if you're not familiar with my platform, I do not do personal readings during my sacred offerings here. I am also on my mobile device, and so I cannot see a lot of what's dialogue, but I promise you that I invite you to engage by leaving comments throughout the show, throughout the sacred space time. I don't really like to even call it a show because I hold this as sacred space time, and our time to really center in and evolve, learn from one another, hold sacred space in prayer, meditation, which I am going to provide today. And I will get back to your comments when I get a chance, as soon as I can. Again, all in divine time. So that is a way you can interact with me here, even if I'm not responding through, the messages. So just in awareness, as all the hosts here on Goldylocks Productions have a little bit different way of doing things. How beautiful that is, that we're all here to do what we're here to do in our very unique ways. So I would also like to say, I had been putting promo out yesterday. I was so honored and filled with joy to invite a young brother, Ethan Sisser, along to be on the platform today. And I've been posting on my Facebook page, Pam Silver Eagle, for those of you who are connected with me there. And if you're not, I invite you to send me a request and join me and see what I offer, and all the sharing that we do back and forth, the reciprocity of connecting at this time in virtual ways, so that we are not so separated. And so Ethan was, as I spoke, was going to be, he'd been asking to have some opportunity to get on platform to help teach others through his journey and inspire others. Ethan is a young man who's going through a tremendous, brave, courageous healing journey, as he was diagnosed a little over a year ago with a brain tumor. And so Ethan and I have set the intention that perhaps next Tuesday, all is in divine order, and we'd looking forward to hold that vision with me, that perhaps next Tuesday, Ethan will be here with us on live stream. And I will connect on this, attach on this post later on the replay, link to Ethan's page, his website, or his Facebook page, and you can check out more or hold sacred space with him. He's asking for prayers as he's going through a really intense time. And so for Ethan, if you view this at some point, I say hello, and I continue to send you blessings and sending up prayers and streaming healing love to you. And I know you've got quite a circle, and it's growing more and more people who are supporting you on your journey. And, this is how we're all assisting each other through this time, this great time that is so turbulent and yet also so amazing. And so my theme for today is love is how we evolve as individual souls, but also all of humanity. And we certainly are moving through it. And I want to speak a little bit today about, maybe some of what we've been experiencing. And I always teach from my journey, my experiences as an evolving, as awakening soul, a master, as I'm working through my mastery of my personal ascension, and as a wayshower to come and help others in any way that I can assist with teachings that I provide, and my sacred services, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So what I know to be true for me is that, no matter where we are on our soul evolutionary path, it is indeed a time, this week is so huge. We are really moving through a lot of shadows, and yet we are right there on the verge of all these amazing blessings and graces and miracles. And things are very turbulent in the outside world, and we talk often about how do we create our own reality, and then be able to coexist here on the 3D Earth plane in our human suits, our body temples that we are moving about in. And that is quite a mastery, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it is people we are under roof with, so sharing intimate space, or just as we're out and about in different communities, workplaces, social media, and wherever it is that we are interacting. As what a year 2020 has been, and I hear many say, oh my goodness, cannot wait to get through 2020 and on to the new year, which we have coming up. The blink of an eye, really, as our time and space is just, our timelines are all over the place. But truly, as I've been reflecting myself for what 2020 has been, it has been a courageous journey. And I know for myself what I've chosen as a soul to bring in, to including people, places, situations, has been such a blessing. Not easy, but such a blessing, because we are all evolving, we are all ascending, and without, I often say, we don't gain our mastery on easy street. Many of us have come back many lifetimes, and again, we have agreed to be the wayshowers, the light workers, and it is through our own journeys that we can help guide others. And so, again, my journey this year, as safe to say everyone's journey here on the earth plane, has not been easy, and yet it has been miraculous and blessings. And so there are many who are just awakening, and their perception is quite different. And so when I speak, well, this is not my reality, again, that is a really big mastery of how do we create our reality as we are, ascending into other spaces, higher frequencies, different dimensions, and yet be walking here on the earth plane, not just walking, but co-creating the new with intention and from the heart space. I will speak that I see on social media and within some of my own friendships of, some who are quite conscious, and there's quite a lot of different opinions on how we're going to get to this place of what we're co-creating in this new golden age of enlightenment. And, in America, it's a time of big choices, of a government, a system. It's so important to remember that these systems that are collapsing, these systems, these, organizations and institutions that have been created out of an imbalance, too much ego. As we all come back to this balancing the divine masculine and feminine, we come back to the heart center. And so the point I'm making in all this is it's so important not to give your power away to anybody else, whether it be organization, whether it be some sort of what you deem as a spiritual leader, a guru, somebody who we've got some big names who, in our lifetime have been, in the social media for a lot of years as wayshowers. We have current, whether it be astrologers, perhaps in your religious communities, if you are in a system that still has very much a hierarchy, or even within your own home, because of the way we've grown up as far as learning about culture. This is all what is collapsing. And so how do we discern amongst all the opinions and all the teachings? It all comes back to going within one's heart. And from the mind of your heart, from here, we discern anything that doesn't feel right to you. In other words, it doesn't resonate with you. Then you can let that be. And it does not matter how much of a trusted person is speaking, these teachings, or what, your guidance, or what you're giving your power away to, whether it be, a church community, or maybe it's a healer, a wayshower. Sometimes, many times, right? Teachings, people, places, things resonate for a while. And then all of a sudden you realize, no, this is not my truth. And thank you. We give gratitude for the lessons. We do the inside work. So we do the healing, forgiveness. We give gratitude again for the lessons, the people we've called in to help teach us these lessons, so that we can expand to our true sovereignty, our true self, that I am presence, and remembering who we are and from that which we've come. And again, there are many paths that can get you there, can get one there. And we all have these different paths. There are some people on Facebook that I follow that I know they're tuned in. And yet I think sometimes some of the messages coming through are being hijacked. So for me, my truth, even though I maybe follow some of those folks on social media, because some of what they're posting about our ascension process, about our evolutionary process here in the earth plane, resonates sometimes not at all. And so as a sage, as a wisdom keeper of my own truth, this is where I discern what is yes and what is no for me. And each of us have to do that. So long, and I have done it in the past myself, as in my growing process, given my power away. No more. I've stepped into who I am. And many of you are doing the same. And for those that are coming along, how do you find someone that you can trust for support? Because we all need support. And I know that I have a few trusted souls that are wayshowers and wise ones that I have walked other lifetimes with. And the resonance is there. I trust them. It doesn't always mean that, that their truth is my truth, or their experience in the now moment is my experience. But what it does mean is I know that I can trust them, and that they support me, and they, hold sacred space for me. And so that is where, again, if you're looking for support, and there's many people offering sacred support, or life coaching, spiritual coaching, healing opportunities, teachings, etc. And again, just discern. And I've talked about this before, but it feels really important to mention that now, because we are at a time of stepping into our own power, and it has to start here, right? And so I want to talk a little bit about some of the tools that I've used in my expansion process, and some of the re-remembering of what I'm bringing through now that I've taught other lifetimes. And again, there are so many here on the earth plane as supporters, but also in the spirit world. And so again, what might be right for somebody may not be right for another one. It's important to, kind of explore, and not jump all in necessarily, but discern. And what feels right, you go with that until it doesn't anymore. or there'll be some things that feel right along and will stay with you all the way through. And, these old timelines that we're clearing, there's sometimes we get caught up in an old pattern going back other lifetimes, such as ancient civilizations. Even many of us are aware that we've been in ancient civilizations and with maybe other groups of people that we've been interacting with, perhaps in spiritual communities or friendships, relationships. And it's about clearing the karma and remembering and not making the same mistakes as a whole that we've made in past civilizations. So Atlantis, Lemuria, and beyond, the earth plane for the last however many eons and eons of time. And so these are big topics, and it's a big time. So some of the tools that I have used are that really resonate with me, and I'm going to offer some sacred time today in prayer and meditation transmission through the 7 sacred flames, which was channeled by Aurelia Louise Jones, and she has crossed over now, so I always give gratitude to her in spirit. When I found this work, it was through my journey to Mount Shasta. I was called to the sacred mountain, and this was back in 2017, I believe. And regardless time, space, I knew it was home. I knew it was home to me, and I didn't even really know a whole lot about the mountain, the sacred mountain, before I went out there. But I knew I was to go, and I was with a trusted friend, a teacher, Dr. Msara Dome. So I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. Msara Dome, who's been taking people to sacred spaces for a long time. And I knew that I was to be on board on that particular journey, that retreat. So it would be through my awakening, my re-remembering, my initiation, my activations there on that sacred mountain at Mount Shasta, that I would become familiar then with the 7 sacred flames and the ascended masters and the divine complements. So it has been, the last 5 years of first starting with the prayer booklet, which I have offered prayers and transmission on past shows. But, it would be maybe 2 years ago now that I purchased what I call the sacred text, the Ascended Masters teachings. And so today we're going to just really work with the violet flame. The violet flame is one of transmutation, and it is a time of Saint Germain. So Saint Germain here on the earth plane is one of our beloved ascended masters who is here to show us the way. Now, there may be some of you listening who are very familiar with what I'm speaking of, and there are likely to be some of you who have been guided here today, and this will be a new opening up for new tools and new opportunities to grow on your soul evolutionary journey. So again, what sometimes people ask me, what are some of the tools you use in your process? Many people are witnessing the frequencies that I bring through in my photography. And it's not just photography, it's my sacred photography, because when I share the pictures, whether it be on Facebook, however I'm sharing them, it's what's coming through me now, and of me as me, that I am presence, a higher frequency, higher vibration, which is how we ascend, yes. And it takes work. It takes work. And so we have these tools, and we hold things in a sacred way. And this is how we do it. This is how we heal. This is how we remember. And so these frequencies that I'm speaking of, the divine frequencies, the rainbow rays that come through, way before I understood anything about what I'm talking about now, the sacred flames, the sacred rays, ascended masters, even ascension process, because of my past belief system wouldn't allow me. It kept me disempowered. And so that's why when I was saying, when we move on beyond perhaps teachings or religiosities or even communities, that are keep us stuffed down and keep us disempowered. We have to move forward for what's right for us, our experiences and our guidance, however that comes through, whoever we have as our guides, and that I am presence when we recognize that. Um, so I was saying, before I became even aware of the sacred rays, I was told that the rainbow would be a symbol for me, my promise, the promise, which, we know that is given, the promise. Well, it's so much more to me now. I understand, as I have committed, I've said yes to answering the call to being the love, being the light. And again, it didn't just happen on Easy Street, as many of you are also finding in your expansion that you're bringing through these amazing frequencies. I'm an anchor. I help anchor them into the earth plane, as many of you do. I work with the ley lines, help healing the ley lines, healing portals, opening portals. Is part of my sacred mission. And when we, years ago, if you were to say, oh, hey, Pam Silver Eagle, this is part of what you do, I would have went, right. You see, I wasn't ready. I'm ready now. And this is where we all are. We're all ready for expansion and remembering the truth. So now the rainbow rays are so much more. It's the violet flame coming through, the flame of transmutation, of changing, of shifting at deep, deep levels within and without, all over the earth plane, including Earth Mother, transmuting all discordant energies across all, eons and eons of time, violence, war, separation, hatred, control, greed, power, on and on and on. Transmuting those all into higher frequencies of love and light. Peace is where we're going. Peace. And speaking of Shasta, our brothers and sisters of Telos community that lives the civilization, our brothers and sisters of Lemuria, who knew that the collapse was coming, and they moved to Shasta. They lived there underground. I had a really, really powerful experience when I was there at Shasta. I was taken down into Lemuria, and it was powerful. And so, these are the ways that gently, as I was ready, a little more. And so here I am today and teaching. And again, if these teachings, if you're not familiar, if it feels right, then I encourage you to stay here, right here with me as we get ready to have some sacred space time. And if you're feeling a little unsure, but you're curious, I invite you to stay. And please be present and hold this sacred space with me. And if it just doesn't feel right at all to you, well, of course, there's always free will. And yes, I invite everyone to be curious, at least, and see what may come through for you and what I am about to offer. So I'm going to take a sip of sacred water. And if you do not have water there with you, wherever you are viewing, I would encourage you to go get some nice clean water. If it's pH balance, even better. But I'm going to just bless my water here. It's such an important time. Purification, water is life. And so many times, we take things for granted here in civilizations such as America. There are many people who, especially my brothers and sisters on the reservations and beyond, that don't have the conveniences of plumbing and safe spaces to stay. But I always give gratitude for the water. Bless the water as part of my work when I'm out in Mother Nature, and recognize water as life. And so I'm blessing my water now, and encouraging you to do the same, giving thanks and raising the vibration, bringing in the highest frequency, which is easy for me to assimilate, to integrate with ease and grace. So it is. Now a nice sip. And now I invite you to get comfortable. And if you feel so called to close your eyes, you feel safe, and that feels right to you, and please do. And you may want to lay down if you're in a space you can do so. certainly sit down and be at ease, right? Just to relax. And so I'll show what the resource that I'm using. This is the prayer booklet. This is what I first picked up actually while I was out at Mount Shasta. And I would use this prayer booklet for probably 2 years or so before I actually bought what I call the sacred text. I've been teaching from this text, and this is to be teaching more and more. This is the sacred text, teachings of the Ascended Master. And this is when I'm sharing of the sacred flames, the rays, and these sacred Ascended Masters. Again, this is but one path to your freedom and victory in the light. And there are many paths. So let's be here today. And so I'm going to start with an invocation to the violet flame, flame of transmutation. Nice, gentle breath. In the name of I am that I am, I now call for the action of the violet transmuting flame to be activated within our entire consciousness, being, and world. Violet fire from the heart of God. Violet fire from the heart of God. Violet fire from the heart of God. Expand thy light through me each day. Expand thy light through me each day. Expand thy light through me each day. Transmute and heal my human imperfections into the shining diamond of God's heart and Christ's perfection. As I surrender to thy radiant light, take dominion over my life. Blaze into action the mercy's flame of the compassionate heart. Compassionate heart. Continue to breathe as I affirm this for all of us. Expand and saturate within me the wonders of the violet light until I am totally transformed. Beloved, I am presence. Send the violet flame to purify every cell, every atom and electron of my being, until I am raised into my eternal victory by the action of the violet fire and the ascension flame. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. And what I would like to do next is read a transmission from the heart of beloved Saint Germain. So again, we're still here in the sacred space, and I invite you to continue to be present, to relax, to breathe throughout, and receive the transmission that is certainly coming through if you are open to receive. Beloved children of my heart, it is my great pleasure and privilege to contribute my messages of love in the writing of this alchemical 7 Sacred Flames book. Indeed, we consider this publication to be a sacred document for the benefit of mankind. Know, dear ones, that as you read and study the material contained on each page and paragraph of this book, my presence and the presence of the other Chohans of the 7 rays, so Chohans, lords, of the 7 rays, along with those of your beloved Lemurian family of Telos, will accompany you. You will find in these writings everything you need to know and integrate to qualify for your ascension. If only you choose to seriously apply the wisdom herein and fully become it. Become it. Being to beingness, yes? Just breathe that in another time. It's part of this stepping into the power that I spoke of. Becoming it. Letting go of all fears, preconceived ideas you have regarding your true nature. Your pathway will certainly unfold with greatest ease and grace. You are the ones, beloved friends, who create all the difficulties and the complexities in the process of becoming again what you have always been. Beloveds, realize it is not so complicated and difficult to become an ascended master. If only you allow yourself, without your usual resistance, to naturally be in the flow of your divinity. A divine being in an incarnated experience is truly what you are. It is your birthright and natural state. You have never been anything else. Allow the nudging of your beloved I am presence to rule your heart, to rule your life in total trust, and let go of your resistance and fears. It is so important for me to bring to your attention that we have been observing you and humanity very closely for a long time. From our perspective of love and limitlessness, it is obvious to all of us on the side of the veil, this side of the veil, that humanity in general, including most of those who have applied for ascension in this life, share a common problem you are not aware of. Whether you are willing to admit it or not, the fact remains that most of you, if not all, hold a great fear of your I am presence and of embracing your divinity. You have been relentlessly programmed over centuries and millennia by those of the shadow side who have ruled various aspects of your planet to fear what you do not fully understand and to reject or fight it. Your souls are profoundly imprinted with these erroneous signatures of fear. You have also been imprinted with the belief that you are a poor sinner, not worthy of love, and certainly not worthy to be a true son of God and equal to the Christ within you, now wishing to externalize. You have all been imprinted with the thoughts and feelings of unworthiness, despair, and hopelessness. Now I ask you to contemplate this state of consciousness thoroughly, because it is a major obstacle to ascension. We urge you to heal and transform that debilitating, is that right? Yeah, state. When you heal those parasitic imprints in your consciousness and fully recognize your true nature, it will be easy for you to perceive the wonders of your divinity and simply embrace them. You will simply step into your divinity like you do an old shoe. I admit that to attain full healing and transformation of the former consciousness will take work, processing and forgiveness. Nevertheless, this is the healing required to pass through all the initiations of the 7 great temples. I repeat, it does not have to be hard or painful. In fact, you can make a game of it, perceiving it to be the greatest adventure of all your lifetimes put together. And ride the wave of ascension. Enjoy. Joy. Yes, a frequency of joy. And call it in. Love, harmony, and peace. Transforming all challenges into divine grace. In your world, you call this to take the lemons and make lemonade. I see your hearts. I see the strengths and the weaknesses. I see the tenderness in each of your souls. Yet I see and know that tomorrow's world is being built today through the consciousness of individuals willing, God's will, willing to sit at the feet of the masters and accept their words, their understanding, their promises, their vision, and their truth. Contemplate in the silence of your own sanctuary the power of God within you and allow it to transform your world. I am committed to helping you, for you are my representatives. You are the live streams that mankind can see. When you dedicate yourselves in service to the benefit of humanity, your bodies, your world, and consciousness represents my teachings, my world, my very self, and the self of all the masters who are assisting this planet and her evolution. Dear ones, know that we of the hierarchy are dependent upon you to mirror that which you have received through the years from me and from the other masters of this planetary brotherhood. In the name of God and of your own I am presence, I say to you, arise, arise, awaken in the mastery of your Godhood. Allow yourself to wear the magnificent robes of freedom that I wish to bestow upon you as my representatives in the outer world, in which you shall, in kindness and in love, place upon the shoulders of men, women, and children who have incarnated to be of this wondrous golden age of enlightenment. Use the power of the sacred fire daily. Who among you is going to arise and be? To be, we shall see. To those who have looked into the future and listened to the words of the masters who speak freely of a golden age that is to come, it is pleasing to hear. It is pleasing to the heart to hear of a golden age that is to come. It is pleasing, amusing to the mind, and it gives hope to those in despair. It is your job, dear ones, to manifest that golden age. As masters in our realm, we have accomplished this already and live it. It is now up to you to demonstrate enough mastery to create this age of enlightenment that you have been waiting for. When are you going to begin to externalize this golden age? It is Saint Germain's responsibility, he is saying, as the Chohan of the seventh ray, to manifest on this planet. This to help humanity, to assist humanity in this golden age, to co-create this golden age. We are the feet, the hands, the boots, the shoes, the bare feet on the ground. It is those of you who have awakened and accepted the presence of the spiritual hierarchy and the ascended master's teachings that I look for the inception of the golden age upon earth. In your lives, in your home, in your work, and in your own sanctuary. You will become a powerful magnet, drawing the masses to you. And know that at first, they will be more interested in the fruit and the harvest of your endeavor than in the process by which you have attained your victory in the light. We require an army of light to bring this assignment to completion. To you who are my friends, I give the assignment to initiate now the establishment of the seven golden age of harmony, peace, beauty, abundance, perfection, true brotherhood, through the path of love, your own heart flame. Love of your own heart flame. Remember, every great thing had a humble beginning. I am Saint Germain, your brother and friend. I have come to claim your soul and the fires of your heart for the victory of the Aquarian age. I have set the patterns for your soul's initiations. I am on the path of freedom, and I am the God of freedom. Take that path, and you will find me there. I am your teacher, if you will have me. From the ashram of the Great Violet Temple, along with the Violet Flame Temple of Telos and your eternal friend Adama, we send you blessings of joy through the miracles of the Violet Flame of transmutation, transformation, and freedom. Let's just sit with that for a moment and continue to receive. Breathe that in. Ground it into the earth plane. now guided to do a meditation. So in this meditation, we'll continue with the violet flame and Adama, our brother Adama, and Master Saint Germain. So again, if your eyes are still closed and you feel that feels good, I invite you to stay there. If you are now ready to close your eyes, maybe take a sip of water and close your eyes, I invite you to do that. Journey to the Violet Temple, Violet Flame Temple in Telos. I now ask that you center in your heart and state your intention to be filled with the loving energies of your divine presence. You may do this in this manner. In the name of the I am that I am, from the Lord God of my being, I ask now that every cell, every atom and electron of my 4 body systems, all my subtle bodies, every particle of life of who I am in all dimensions and states of consciousness, be totally filled with the wonders and the miraculous energies of the violet flame of freedom's love. I now awaken. I now ask to be filled again and again, 24 hours a day, each day of my life. Get that in. Hold it. As you are being filled with the violet flame energies, set your intentions to come on a journey with us, with your higher self, to the beautiful violet flame temple in the 5th dimension inside Telos. This temple has an etheric physical structure, and our people can access it at any time. And so can you in your light body. In this temple, the violet flame burns perpetually, nurtured by the love and devotion of our people, blessing life, blessing mankind, and the planet. This is a place where Master Saint Germain spends much time with his twin flame, Portia, and the legions of violet flame angels, recharging and tending the energies of the violet flame for this planet. Keep breathing the energy as much as you can so that you can bring it back with you to your physical body when you return to full consciousness. Now see yourself standing in a large circular room with high ceilings where the violet flame is present everywhere. The walls are made of pure violet amethyst, and the floor is also made of amethyst crystal of a smoother texture and a lighter color. Piercing through the amethyst wall, you see a great number of violet tone lights that give you the feeling of a mystical starry vision. The room is bright, and you see dozens of fountains of all sizes and shapes, emitting every possible shade of violet hue in a magical play of colors and tones. The water fairies have great fun playing with these energies. Watch their exultation in their playful joy. The flower fairies are busy creating beautiful flowers of all shades of white, gold, and violet with this light energy. See them throwing some at you as their way of blessing and welcoming you. Join to partake of their joy and bliss. Also notice the multitude of violet flame angels tending the violet fire with their love and adoration. The violet fire is not hot. It is basically on the cool side. There are several chairs in the room, and we ask each of you to choose the one you are drawn to, where it feels the most comfortable to you. The chairs are made of pure violet crystal, and under each one is a flame of violet rising up to enfold you. As it burns from underneath, it is entering and infusing every part of your body through your lower chakras. There's also another flame coming down from above penetrating your crown and infusing every cell of your light body. Infusing every cell of your light body. As you breathe it into your heart consciously, you are being filled with the violet flame of freedom like never before. There are several violet flame angels surrounding each one of you, pouring cups of love and cups of violet fire into your energy field and the various aspects of your life needing healing. The experience is going to be different for each of you. Keep breathing in the energy. Now see the Master, Saint Germain, with his Lady Portia and Lady Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy and compassion, filling you with their love and imprinting your auric field with the flame of compassion, which is also a seventh ray energy. Now open yourself to a greater level of compassion for your own healing and for the healing of those you love. Whatever it is that you feel needs healing most in your life, invoking the energies of compassion and forgiveness into it, and allowing the changes you want to take place. Stay in that state of bliss as long as you want. Talk to us, talk to Saint Germain or Kuan Yin, and set your intentions to completely heal yourself, to heal all traumas of the present and the past. This room is filled with powerful healing energy, and as you sit and bathe in it, feel dark energy transmuted into light. Wherever there have been problems, trauma, or pain, feel the energy starting to lift and dissolve. Feel a lessening of density and how much lighter you are becoming. Feel the lightness and the sensation of joy. Joy, 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 infusing your being. As you allow yourself to feel greater joy, you lessen your burdens. Allow this lightness, this beauty, this love and power to nurture you. Keep breathing it in. Consciously request of the violet flame what you would like it to do for you. Sometimes between your asking and the fulfillment of your request, clearing process needs to take place, but step by step, you are working towards your victory. Do not feel rushed. Take all the time you need. When you feel ready, you look around and see guides, masters, and angels smiling at you, willing to assist you if you have a query. The angels, by the way, especially those who work with mankind, come here to recharge with the violet flame vibration several times a week and often daily. The unbalanced energy on the planet contaminates their force fields. and they come here to cleanse and revitalize. We invite you to do the same. Stay with us here as long as you wish. And when you are ready, come back to full consciousness. Now be mindful of not recreating in your lives, through your thoughts, feelings, and words, the energies you have just transmuted. We invite you to come back to this temple at any time you want. The door is now open to you. Master Saint Germain will be there for you, and his angels will delight in offering their love and assistance. As we conclude our talk this day, we honor you for your openness. We send you blessings of love, courage, and wisdom. We will also join our dear friend Saint Germain, who commits to sending waves of violet flame into the hearts of all those who will be reading this material at a later time. So be it. So it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. We are. And as a closure to the sacred space-time, excuse me, to read a prayer. And as you're still coming, perhaps some of you still coming back into your consciousness, just gently on your own time, as we continue to hold the sacred space, as I continue to hold the sacred space with you, for you, on behalf of all that is of the violet flame and our helpers. In the name of the great I am, I call for the light of 1,000 suns from the great central sun. Angels of violet fire, beloved Saint Germain, beloved Zadkiel, holy amethyst, Omritas, ruler of the violet planet. In the name of God, I am that I am. Saturate the earth and all of her evolution with limitless waves of violet fire. I call for the action of the violet transmuting flame and the action of the will of God to manifest on earth, now and forever, an ever-increasing spiral of divine perfection. I call for all discord and activities on earth that are not reflecting the highest light, and the activities on earth that are not reflecting the highest light and the God's holy purpose to be miraculously swept, transformed, and transmuted by the power of the violet flame into divine love and harmony for the restoration of earth, her people, into the original blueprint of perfection that was originally intended. Violet flame, oh violet flame. In the name of God, flood the earth, her people, and all of her kingdoms with oceans and oceans of violet fire, until every particle of life is restored to divine perfection. May peace, may love be spread throughout the earth. May the earth abide in the aura of perfect love. May the earth abide in the aura of perfect love. May the earth abide in the aura of perfect love. May the earth abide in the aura of peace, of love and freedom. I give thanks that it is done now, according to God's holy will. And so it is. Amen. Aho. Proclaim it so. And so it is. And now, as we prepare to head towards the end of our time together here on the perch, I would again encourage you to leave your comments, questions, share your experience through our sacred time this day, on what you may have received, felt, or maybe later today or tomorrow, and how it has shifted something for you by the graces of the divine. So again, I welcome you. If this really resonated with you and you've not already tapped into this resource, you can purchase these books through Mount Shasta Publishing. And again, if it resonates with you, these mastery teachings are well worth the the purchase. What I would say is, find in my studies, even since the time I, of course, started studying, reading, expanding with these teachings, that we are accelerating quickly, in this ascension process. And so some of this may feel a little behind, like, oh, yeah, we're already doing that. I'm already doing that. It's okay. You're still receiving the transmissions, and this work I do daily. And I started out today saying that, this is one of my tools. And it's not that I sometimes I carry the book with me when I'm going places, or this complimentary, this is the prayer booklet, goes with it. But once, you've started using these tools, it doesn't matter. I often, while I'm working out, or certainly while I'm out in nature, I often recite the prayers for the resurrection flame, affirming my resurrecting, all that I am resurrecting in this great time. So, again, there are many, many tools, and I smile because I know that some of you who've received today has resonated. I could feel the Saint Germain's presence and all of the divine compliments with us, and the violet flame just may continue to transmute throughout your day. Call it in, call it as so, and you will see miraculous blessings and transformation within and without your live stream. And I would like to remind everyone, and I see Tiffany has already placed it on the screen, to connect with me on my Pam Silver Eagle Facebook page and my LLC page, where I offer my services. I do soul guidance coaching, transmissions, as you receive, as I'm speaking, also just in my presence as I set those intentions to be in that sacred way. And so it is my honor and my joy to be of service in this way. The nature journeys, as most of you know, that I love to create, whether you are in this locale. I'm still up in northwestern Pennsylvania area right now. If you'd like to do a nature journey, it's such a journey of wellness, connecting and going within, and also connecting in this great web of life, and bringing in messengers, totems, transmissions. And if you'd like to add a energy session, then I'm more than glad to be able to provide that for you as well. I can also do those long distance. And so just connect with me again, Pam Silver Eagle, and to schedule or to inquire more about what I'm offering. I've offered some shortened energy sessions. If there's no limitation to how we can do this, how I can present my services, my teachings, and more to come. Some more teachings of mastery, along with what has been given to us. Again, it is my journey as a wayshower, as a forerunner, to guide others. And I appreciate all of your support and your interaction. I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate Tiffany White Sage Woman and Goldylocks Productions, and all of those who support me and my personal ascension, as well as my soul mission here. And I send blessings to all. May you continue to receive all the good this day. May you call it in, and may you be well. And I send you blessings. See you next Tuesday. Perhaps Ethan will be with us on the perch next Tuesday. Please share this link with your friends so that we can all receive, and we can all help one another. I appreciate your support. So again, many blessings, and we'll see you next Tuesday on the perch. Namaste.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun